This recent spate of violence in Hyderabad is not something which is unexpected. Actually, this is a very well thought out, well planned conspiracy. This is not covering only Hyderabad, the city, but also large parts of Telangana and also parts of Rayalaseema. We have seen that of late, during the last 10 years, the frequency and the intensity of riots had come down. And there were hardly any riots in other towns and cities, barring Hyderabad and 3-4 other places in Andhra Pradesh. But now we feel that because of a number of factors, political reasons, this communal card is being played up again. As of now, we feel that there are multiple political reasons which could be behind these conflicts, not only in Hyderabad but also in Sangareddy, and we can expect similar things to happen maybe in other parts of the state also. And in Hyderabad, fortunately till now it is contained, but we don't know how long it will be contained, because on the one hand you have got this Telangana agitation. If you remember 2 years back, 2010 March and April, when Telangana agitation was at its peak, suddenly out of nowhere, out of the blue, riots were engineered in Hyderabad, and there were 10 days of little violence, and unfortunately 2 people had died.
The riot was on whom? The riot was on whom?
The riot was, normally people say Hindu-Muslim riots. We don't believe that these are riots between communities.
Okay.
These are not between Hindus and Muslims. These are engineered amongst the people.
But this happened in the old city, you mean?
In the old city, yes.
This issue happened?
Yeah, this was in 2010, March and April. Started in March.
They knocked the house, something?
There so many incidences happened. And in that...
But most of the victims were Muslims?
No. In fact, to us, victims are human beings.
Okay.
Victims are ultimately human beings, and they were both. All sides suffer.
Okay.
See, it's not that no riot, no violence takes place where only one side suffers. Of course, there may be instances like Gujarat where one side suffers more, one side suffers less, but ultimately it is humanity which suffers. So the point again back is. If you remember at that point of time in April 2010, the Telangana agitation was peaking, and it looked as if nothing can stop it. And then suddenly these riots were engineered in Hyderabad, and for 10 days there was curfew, and then there was arson and violence and all that. 2 people were killed in the old city, mostly in the old city. And then what happened was, after the 10 days period was over, then newspapers and television, everything, first news, front page news was that. And Telangana news was relegated to the 3rd pages. And after that, once the riots got over, Telangana news never made it to the front page again. Now again Telangana thing was picking up. Again, they were moved to make it pick up and all that. And again, this is one aspect. The second aspect which we feel, there could be multiple reasons. We cannot pinpoint any particular reason. If you recall 1990-91, when Dr. M. Chenna Reddy was the chief minister, there was this whole tussle within the Congress party at that time for chief ministership and all that. Many contenders were there. And ultimately these riots were engineered in Hyderabad, and they went on and on till Chenna Reddy resigned. And the day Chenna Reddy resigned, the riots ended. Had there been riots between Hindus and Muslims, they should have continued. Which means those who wanted to attain their objective got it, and then that's it, that's the end of the matter. Similarly, here also now we find a similar situation like 1990-91, where Kiran Kumar Reddy's government is in a lot of uncertainties, a lot of internal bickering and infights and all that going on. So we are remembering about that type of thing. The third issue here again is this whole business of this anti-corruption movement which is going on and all that. Against very powerful interests.
In AP.
Against
the syndicate and other
syndicate,
issues.
This liquor syndicate, land, this thing. So many things are coming up. So all these things also this could be again engineered maybe to counter that, to deflect attention. So there could be many reasons, like it could be one, it could be multiple, whatever, but ultimately it is very clear and it is very obvious that these riots are totally engineered with ulterior political motives, and neither Hindus nor Muslims have anything to do with it. And ultimately they are being made scapegoats, just like in the past. One other apprehension that we have is, unfortunately, we feel that this is not only going to be here in Hyderabad, but in other places, like for example Sangareddy. Sangareddy had never witnessed riots in history. Jadcherla had never witnessed riots. Karimnagar had never witnessed riots. All these places, there are so many other places where riots had taken place, like Bhainsa and Godhan and all these places. They are also very vulnerable. So now we feel that these riots will be engineered in other towns and places also. And unfortunately, this is going to go on, we feel, till at least 2014 elections. Because we feel now the target is 2014. We have to be very clear, we have to call a spade a spade. And until and unless the government of the day takes very stern action, not only against those who are engaging in the street fights, but those, more importantly, those who are behind and hatching these conspiracies, which could be very powerful people. Until and unless action is taken against them, until and unless they are exposed, this is not going to stop. You catch 10 people who are throwing stones here, another 100 people will be throwing stones at other places. But till the conspirators are caught and exposed, this is going to.
Could you tell me about this MIM, because old city is fully MIM.
As far as MIM is concerned, what I would like to say is, there was a time when MIM was, alleged to have been involved in a number of riots and all that. But I think what has happened is, during 1990s and 2000 and all that, that Muslim consolidation that they wanted is there now complete. Now, if in the last 5-7 years, this politics has changed. From communal politics, now slowly they are getting into development politics. The reason behind it, not because they have become change of heart or whatever, but because of pure political reasons. The reason is that, now they are also getting a lot of Hindu vote. Because you see, there are so many corporators which are there, Hindu corporators, which are won on Majlis ticket and all that. So this, for Majlis to now engage in communal riots is counterproductive. From 8 seats or 7 seats which they have, if riots continue, they will get back to 5 seats or less. So that is not. But then I think even if these riots continue, political parties, whether Majlis or whatever other political parties, will also have to, react or retaliate or whatever you might say. They will use whatever term, and then it will lead into a spiral. So what we feel is, right now we have a feeling that more than anybody else, it is the Hindutva forces which are bent on creating trouble. It is the Hindutva forces which are bent on creating trouble for a variety of reasons, including this victory which they have experienced in Mahbub Nagar. Because now, they were not expecting that seat. They have got that seat. Now they will try to have it in other places. And the best way in which BJP can garner votes, and history has shown that the path they have chosen, right from Babri Masjid onward and from the Rath Yatra before that and earlier too, was through communal politics and by division of votes. So that is what they are trying to practice here also in Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad, not only Hyderabad, whole of Andhra Pradesh, but I think the entire Telangana region is vulnerable to it. And until and unless the people wake up, we are in not only for a bout of riots, but also for a very communal society.
When Tokadia came here, it was told that he gave an instigative speech. Is it true?
You see, one person giving one speech, one place, that doesn't matter at all.
Okay. In the sense, you mean that his speech doesn't have anything to do with the...
No, it may have, it may not have. It is not just, one speech giving and going, that is not the important thing. What the whole atmosphere...
But that atmosphere would have been created by him, no? By mobilizing the talks.
I don't believe that one person can come...
The another one is in Mahbub Nagar...
Something which has been happening underground for a long time. So, there are certain times where, you have sparks. You see, a matchstick cannot blow up the world. But, a huge, gunpowder, and then you put a little matchstick to it, that does. So these people like Togodias and others, to me, are just insignificant matchsticks. What is more important, which we have to address, is not the Togodia, but this mold of gunpowder which is there in our society.
Then how about this special investigating, the press note which you gave? Because in Makkah Masjid blast, though we can say all innocents, but it is a Pakka, after Makkah Masjid blast, there were innocent people picked up.
Yeah.
And it's all Muslims. Let us be very open.
Yeah.
It is all Muslims majority.
Yeah.
And even if it is Hindus, they're all innocent people. So that what I'm trying to say is, even in this issue, do you think the police and the administration, because your press note doesn't say that clearly, because
so you see, actually,
yeah, because even now there is a random picking up people.
We assume that they would pick up proper people.
Yeah.
Now we'll have to fight multiple battles.
Yeah.
One is, of course, we have to fight this battle of, what you say, this getting the government to act, and then act properly.
That acting properly, for example, if you look into the peace committee, what is that peace committee?
No,
because
peace committees are
no, because it is today
you
Siyasat has published a news stating that there are people randomly picking, like an informer, they're acting this majorly this peace committee people acting
peace
like
committee people are actually informers. Most of them are informers, and they've lost their credibility. Let me tell you, unfortunately,
informers in one section or else
every section.
But
section.
Okay.
So that peace committee. Actually,
so that you reject that peace committee.
Police has misused peace committees.
Okay.
Peace committees, police has misused peace committees, and now whether they are actually informers or not, we don't know. But it is, everybody thinks that they are informers. Nobody allows them to come.
Okay. And this press note, actually, you were asking about compensation.
Yeah.
The problem of compensation is, for example, they take for interrogations, and this is all not a random interrogation. It's not FIR interrogation.
No, we are. You see, please don't confuse the issue.
No, I'm not confused.
Let me say, compensation. We were not asking for compensation of people for police torture.
Yeah.
We were asking for compensation for the people who are injured and exposed. Supposing if that thing comes up, police torture happens and something happens, then we already have this order, in the Makkah Masjid case, where wrongly picked up people were compensated.
Yeah.
At that point, we will take it up.
But that's the point, actually. The compensation is fine. So I don't argue with that. The problem is during the interrogation time, the life suffered and he can't give a certificate for all.
Please don't confuse issues. Now we are talking about this thing.
So it shouldn't be a random people picking up. There should be some kind of a.
You see,
they should be monitored.
Let me put it this way: police has the right to pick up anybody. Police has no right to torture.
Yeah.
But second, after if they really find that a person is not involved directly or whatever, then they can leave. They can catch up anybody. I mean, it's not that that right you cannot take away from the police. But you can never give the police the right to torture or extort. That is one. And even if they are picking up somebody for questioning or whatever, they have to do it within the limits of the law. You call him at proper time, you interrogate him or whatever for 1 hour, 2 hours, leave him. If you want to arrest him, you have all the right to arrest him. That is a different argument, different debate altogether. Now, this immediate battle is about this one,
So that how do you see this? Now, Old City is also in curfew, and today,
Old City is not in curfew. Only 2 police station areas, but there are rumors rampant.
Okay.
This is happening here, this is happening there, and all that. Okay. That's why we have to rush there.
Okay. Right now, what is happening? Right now,
I have receiving calls and all that information from the 2 affected areas, Saidabad and Madannapet. Everything is peaceful. Okay. But from other places like Lal Darwaza and Aliabad and all that, there are rumors that some places of worship have been attacked and things like that.
Okay.
So, but then when we are cross-checking with others, they are saying no, nothing like that has happened. So we don't know till we go there whether anything has actually happened or not.
Okay, and how do you see in 2-3 days, will this problem be sorted out? The government is doing
the next 48 hours is going to be very critical and crucial. If the police is able to control things, doesn't allow anything to happen in the next 48 hours, things will get back to normal. If it allows some things to happen today and tomorrow, then you can be sure that we are in for at least 10 days of problems.
Okay, and any other message you want to give?
The thing is, I think it is so obvious. It is so obvious. People should realize and understand that this is all being done with political motives. Okay. And it is not just one party which is involved. Different parties are involved. Different parties playing different roles to different degrees. But it's all political. And until and unless people realize and understand this, they are going to pay. Ultimately, politicians are not going to pay anything. They are going to gain. It is the common people who are going to suffer.
How about the mainstream media? Are they reporting? Because
mainstream media, we are totally disgusted with the mainstream media, especially the language media.
Regional or this?
Regional and language media.
Oh,
You see,
English and...
not English,
Okay.
but the other Telugu media, Urdu media, and all that. The way they report, they should say.
But English media on this issue?
English media, I have not come across any, because I read only 2 or 3.
They didn't give any news, I suppose.
They gave news,
but in the sense
it was a responsible news report. It was very large.
Okay.
Now, whatever little news that I have read,
from CNN, IBN?
No. I mean, national media, they never give anything.
National media, I'm asking.
Media. I'm talking about print media.
I'm asking national media.
National television.
Television media.
No, television media. I never saw anything anywhere.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Never saw anything anywhere.
And
for them, it's only after 15-20 people get killed it becomes news. Otherwise, it is no news.
Okay.